Kim Kardashian did not simply build wealth. She constructed an empire that now takes physical form in some of the most exclusive properties in the world. From stark minimalist compounds hidden behind concrete walls to ocean view estates designed for absolute privacy, her homes reflect a life engineered around control, scale, and power. Today, we step inside the top 5 luxury properties that trace Kim Kardashian's journey from reality television fame to a billionaire lifestyle. Before her name became a global brand, Kim Kardashian's life was quietly shaped by family, ambition, and early exposure to public attention. She was born in Los Angeles on October 21, 1980, into a family where public attention and personal discipline existed side by side. Her father, Robert Kardashian, was a well-known attorney whose involvement in the O.J. Simpson trial brought the family close to national attention. Her mother, Kris Jenner, understood early how visibility and storytelling could shape influence. Growing up with her siblings, Kim learned that opportunity alone was not enough. Progress required consistency, effort, and careful control of image. As a teenager and young adult, Kim was not yet a star. She attended a Catholic all-girls high school, then moved through a series of practical jobs. She worked as a stylist and closet organizer for wealthy clients, learning how luxury was curated rather than inherited. Her early connection to Hollywood came quietly through friendship rather than fame, especially through time spent alongside Paris Hilton, where paparazzi attention became familiar before it became personal. Those moments were not the destination, but they taught her how visibility functioned as currency. Everything changed in 2007 when Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered. What began as a family experiment quickly turned into a cultural engine. The show did more than document daily life. It trained Kim to understand narrative, conflict, branding, and timing. Fame brought criticism as fast as opportunity, and setbacks arrived publicly, but each season strengthened her control over her image. The show ran until 2021, shaping how celebrity itself was consumed in the social media age. Rather than treating fame as an endpoint, Kim used it as a foundation. In 2014, the mobile game Kim Kardashian Hollywood showed that attention could be shaped into a working system, not just publicity. Kimoji followed, then beauty and fragrance brands built around direct connection with her audience. Each project refined her understanding of control, branding, and scale, marking a clear shift from personality-driven fame to structured entrepreneurship. That evolution became most visible with Skims. Launched in 2019, the brand focused on fit, inclusivity, and comfort, areas long overlooked by mainstream fashion. Its growth was steady and intentional, built on listening, adaptation, and consistency rather than spectacle. Skims did more than expand her business profile. It redefined how her name functioned in the fashion world and reshaped the lifestyle and stability she maintains today. Kim Kardashian's career shows a deliberate progression driven by control rather than chance. Over time, she turned visibility into influence, shaping a career defined by intention instead of fleeting attention. Next, let's explore her luxury real estate portfolio, beginning with the Hidden Hills estate, a property that most clearly reflects the scale of her life and the control she has built for herself. Hidden Hills estate. Tucked inside the gated community of Hidden Hills, Kim Kardashian's approximately $60 million estate does not seek to impress, relying instead on stillness and absolute control. From the outside, the property reads as a modern French-inspired compound, with gray slate roofs, pale stone walls, and a long, symmetrical layout stretching across expansive grounds. Manicured lawns and mature trees form a natural buffer, creating a sense of privacy that feels deliberate and complete. Stepping through the main entrance, the house opens into soaring ceilings with exposed wooden beams and an abundance of natural light filtered through tall windows. Every detail is carefully restrained. A soft palette of beige, cream, and white dominates, paired with stone, wood, and understated textiles. The first impression is not opulence, but intentional quiet, a space where sound seems softened and time slows. The main living room is spacious yet sparse, furnished only with pieces placed precisely enough to support daily life while preserving a calm, uncluttered atmosphere. The kitchen and dining areas continue this philosophy. A large, stone-topped island anchors the space, surrounded by muted cabinetry and high ceilings accented with elegant lighting. This is a functional center designed for order and routine. Floor-to-ceiling glass doors open directly to the backyard, where a rectangular pool and linear fountains align perfectly with the home's architectural axis, reflecting light in the evening and reinforcing a calm, almost meditative atmosphere. The private quarters carry the same restrained language. The primary bedroom feels expansive but never overwhelming, with filtered daylight, low-profile furnishings, and neutral tones that encourage rest. The bathroom resembles a private spa, featuring a freestanding soaking tub, light marble surfaces, and near-total silence, a retreat designed for withdrawal. Designed in collaboration with Axel Vervoort, the entire estate reflects a deeper philosophy where minimalism becomes a way of living, not a trend. The Hidden Hills home does not tell a story of wealth. Instead, it marks a chapter in Kim Kardashian's life defined by order, privacy, and control. A residence built to protect personal life from the noise beyond its boundaries. If Hidden Hills represents control and inward retreat, Malibu opens the next chapter, one shaped by light, openness, and the quiet pull of the sea. Malibu Oceanfront Villa. Rising above the sands of Encinal Bluffs, Kim Kardashian's Malibu villa reveals itself as a refined coastal sanctuary, where the horizon feels endless and light moves freely through every space. From its cliffside vantage point, the residence gazes out over the shoreline and the Pacific Ocean beyond, allowing the shifting colors of sky and sea to shape the rhythm, mood, and atmosphere of daily life inside the home. From the exterior, the estate reflects a modern Mediterranean character, with low red-tiled roofs, crisp white walls, and elongated structures that follow the natural slope of the land. This layout allows the property to remain entirely discreet when viewed from the road, while the ocean-facing side opens fully to the horizon. A private wooden path descends toward a secluded stretch of beach, reinforcing the sense of rare isolation, as if the entire setting exists apart from the outside world. Inside, the living room, dining area, and kitchen are arranged in a flowing open plan. High ceilings and floor-to-ceiling glass dissolve the boundary between interior space and landscape. A palette of soft neutrals, light wood, and natural stone creates a calm backdrop, allowing sunsets and the deep blue of the ocean to become the dominant visual elements. The professional-grade kitchen is refined yet restrained, designed for long stays and daily life rather than display. Outdoor spaces form the soul of the property. A pool and spa sit at the edge of the bluff beside a cabana with its own fireplace, where evenings unfold in ocean air and firelight. Broad terraces, ocean-facing loungers, and open-air dining areas invite a slower, more private way of experiencing Malibu. A tennis court and a dedicated fitness pavilion extend the lifestyle outdoors, blending movement with nature. For Kim Kardashian, this Malibu villa is more than a valuable oceanfront property. It represents a phase of life shaped by intention and retreat, where privacy, distance from noise, and freedom of pace define true wealth. In Malibu, a playground for billionaires, the house stands as a silent stronghold, open to the vast ocean, yet carefully closed to the outside world. Beyond Malibu's coastline, her life shifts to Wyoming, where space replaces design and silence defines the setting. Ranch in Wyoming. Set far from California's controlled interiors, Kim Kardashian's Wyoming ranch unfolds across a vast, unguarded landscape near Cody, where land dictates rhythm rather than design. Purchased during a period of retreat and recalibration, the ranch spans thousands of acres shaped by rolling grasslands, exposed rock formations, and wide skies that stretch uninterrupted to the Absaroka Range. 2 private freshwater lakes anchor the property, their still surfaces reflecting cabins, low hills, and changing weather rather than human presence. The built environment remains deliberately modest. Log cabins, functional lodges, and working structures sit lightly on the terrain, connected by dirt roads and open paths rather than formal drives. Interiors favor durability over refinement. Timber ceilings, stone fireplaces, and kitchens designed for use, not presentation. Outside, pastures host grazing horses, while shooting ranges, barns, and event spaces reinforce the property's working ranch identity. More than a seasonal escape, the Wyoming ranch represents distance from cameras, schedules, and control. Here, scale replaces symmetry and isolation becomes the defining luxury. The land is not reshaped, only accepted, marking a chapter in Kim Kardashian's life defined by space and quiet. Leaving the quiet expanse of Wyoming, Kim Kardashian returns to California and her Bel Air mansion, a place of precision, control, and familiar rhythm. Mansion in Bel Air. Set at the end of a quiet cul-de-sac in Bel Air Crest, Kim Kardashian's Bel Air mansion unfolds as a study in restraint and precision. Purchased in 2013 for approximately $11 million, the 9,000-square-foot residence sits on 3.5 acres of landscaped hillside, where wide mountain views frame a home that feels closer to a gallery than a traditional celebrity estate. Inside, the architecture is intentionally spare. White walls, pale stone floors, and floor-to-ceiling glass create a continuous flow of light, allowing the landscape to shape the atmosphere rather than decoration. The main living areas are calm and expansive, defined by clean lines and recessed lighting that keeps attention focused on space itself. Even when rooms are separated, wide openings maintain a sense of openness and quiet continuity. The kitchen anchors the home with purpose rather than display. A long central island supports daily use, paired with stainless steel professional appliances, open shelving, and a layout inspired by restaurant kitchens. It is functional, disciplined, and designed for routine living, not spectacle. Nearby, the double-height living room introduces subtle drama through scale alone, with a fireplace and staircase rising cleanly toward the second level. Outdoors, a modern-edged pool and shaded pavilion extend the living space into the landscape, creating a setting suited for private gatherings and unhurried afternoons. Once Mediterranean in style, the home was transformed into a modern minimalist retreat, reflecting a period in Kim Kardashian's life defined by clarity, control, and a preference for simplicity over excess. Next, we turn to the Palm Springs retreat, where light, openness, and mid-century architectural lines replace the restraint of the hillside with sun-soaked freedom. Palm Springs Retreat. Beneath rows of palm trees and an open desert sky, Kim Kardashian's $12 million Palm Springs mansion stretches gently across a wide green lawn, its low horizontal architecture prioritizing light, air, and openness, embracing modern simplicity over elaborate ornamentation. From the exterior, white volumes are connected by glass corridors that open directly toward the garden and central pool. When the sliding panels are drawn back, the boundary between inside and outside nearly disappears. Sunlight moves freely through the house during the day, while late afternoon light softens the surfaces, reflecting sky and palms across the water. Inside, the living room unfolds as a calm, open space with pale stone floors, low ceilings, and subtle exposed beams. Furnishings are reduced to essentials: neutral sofas, low tables, and expansive rugs that sit close to the floor. The effect is deliberate and restrained, creating stillness without feeling empty. The dining area sits beside the pool, enclosed in glass, where a round table faces outward toward the lawn. Reflections from the water ripple gently across the ceiling, adding quiet movement. The kitchen continues the same disciplined language, with a clean island, polished stone, flat cabinetry, and concealed appliances, reading as a curated interior rather than a busy workspace. As evening settles in, the estate slows into a calm rhythm. The long, rectangular pool anchors the lawn, framed by low seating that subtly echoes Palm Springs' mid-century heritage. Soft lighting traces the home's horizontal lines after dark, revealing a retreat shaped by balance, proportion, and peaceful. And now, we turn to her luxury car collection, a part closely woven into her everyday life. Car collection. The Cadillac Escalade entered her life as a response to scale and protection. She chose this SUV during a period when moving with family and security mattered as much as comfort. It became the vehicle she relied on for school runs, private appointments, and quiet departures from home, often with her children seated behind her. The Cadillac moves with a heavy calm, insulating its cabin from the outside world while maintaining a commanding presence on the road. Finished to her taste, it reflects control and separation. With a current value often exceeding $400,000 depending on customization, it functions as a moving extension of privacy. The Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600 serves a different purpose, blending size with discretion. She chose this ultra-luxury SUV specifically for event appearances, where arriving calmly and leaving smoothly. It often carried her to red carpets, private dinners, and tightly scheduled engagements, offering a raised seating position and a cabin shaped around space, privacy, and quiet authority. The GLS 600 moves with composure rather than drama, delivering ease instead of urgency. With an estimated value of $200,000, it aligns with her need for comfort and privacy on the move. The Ferrari 458 Italia reflects a period of stronger emotion in her life. She chose it at a time when being seen and feeling movement mattered, taking it through city streets and open stretches of road with confidence. Its sculpted shape, low profile, and unmistakable presence turned even short drives into moments that felt deliberate and charged. This Ferrari was never about convenience. It was about sensation and arrival. Today, with a value typically ranging from $250,000 to $300,000, the 458 Italia remains a marker of a chapter defined by intensity, visibility, and the thrill of the road. These vehicles trace how her priorities have shifted over time, from expression to protection, from emotion to control. Now, we turn to her extraordinary portfolio of assets and the long-term choices behind it. Income and net worth. $2 billion. A staggering number that marks Kim Kardashian's transformation from a reality television personality into the owner of one of the most powerful celebrity-built business empires in the world. Long before the billion-dollar valuations, her earliest earnings were modest by comparison. In the late 2000s, Kim earned about $15,000 per episode from reality television. As Keeping Up with the Kardashians grew into a cultural phenomenon, that figure climbed steadily, eventually reaching up to $500,000 per episode, laying the first reliable foundation of her income. Reality television made her famous, but business made her wealthy. Between 2014 and 2015, Kim's annual income jumped sharply. She earned $28 million in 2014, followed by $53 million in 2015, becoming the world's highest-paid celebrity that year. Since then, her yearly earnings have consistently ranged between $50 million and $80 million, driven by a mix of television, endorsements, and brand ownership. The most important shift came with equity. In 2017, Kim launched KKW Beauty, a direct-to-consumer brand that generated hundreds of millions in revenue. In June 2020, she sold 20% of KKW Beauty to Coty for $200 million, valuing the company at $1 billion. After the deal, Kim retained 72% of the brand, worth approximately $720 million on paper at the time. The brand later evolved into SKKN by Kim and was eventually positioned to integrate into her larger business ecosystem. Her most powerful asset, however, is Skims. Founded in 2019, Skims rapidly expanded beyond shapewear into apparel and lifestyle products. The company raised $154 million in 2021 at a valuation of $1,600 million, followed by higher valuations of $3,200 million in 2022 and $4 billion in 2023. In 2025, Skims raised an additional $225 million at a valuation of $5 billion. Kim owns roughly one-third of the company, placing the value of her Skims stake at approximately $1,670 million. Beyond brand ownership, Kim generates significant annual income from advertising and image rights. On Instagram alone, she earns between $300,000 and $500,000 per sponsored post, with some deals reaching $1 million for a single post. In total, her social media endorsements generate an estimated $12 million to $24 million per year. Importantly, her platform also acts as a direct marketing engine for her own brands, driving immediate sales without traditional advertising costs. Kim's wealth has translated directly into assets and long-term control. She has invested heavily in real estate, including a Hidden Hills compound purchased for $20 million, later expanded to 7.5 acres, and a Malibu oceanfront estate acquired for $70 million. She has also used her income to secure independence, buying out her former spouse's share of the Hidden Hills property for $23 million in 2021. Kim Kardashian's income story is built on calculated decisions that turned fame into ownership. By shifting from appearance fees to equity, she created wealth rooted in control over brands and assets rather than reliance on any single show or contract. From this strong financial foundation, we explore how she uses her wealth and influence to support meaningful charitable efforts. Philanthropy. Kim Kardashian's charitable work has centered strongly on criminal justice reform, where she has focused her time, resources, and attention on individual cases rather than broad statements. She has worked closely with organizations such as Cut 50, the Innocence Project, and Reform Alliance, contributing an estimated $3 million through donations, legal support funding, and advocacy efforts. She has also played a consistent role in humanitarian and disaster relief, particularly through her long-term partnership with Baby2Baby. Over the years, Kim has donated approximately $2 million in cash, essential supplies, and emergency aid. In addition, Kim has contributed an estimated $1 million to education and legal access initiatives, supporting law apprenticeship programs, legal defense funds, and re-entry services for formerly incarcerated individuals. These efforts reflect a form of giving built on consistency and personal involvement, rather than visibility. Beyond her efforts for the community, her private life is built around peace and stability. Let's take a closer look. Personal life. Today, Kim Kardashian's personal life is centered on structure, privacy, and her role as a mother. Most of her daily rhythm revolves around her 4 children, whose schedules shape her mornings and evenings. She has spoken openly about building a calm home routine, prioritizing school drop-offs, shared meals, homework time, and quiet nights that keep life predictable despite her public profile. Her focus is on consistency and emotional presence. Her closest circle remains tight and deliberate. Family continues to be at the core, especially her bond with her sisters and her mother, Kris Jenner, who is both family and a trusted advisor. Outside of family, Kim keeps a small group of long-term friends, favoring loyalty and discretion over social expansion. Much of her social time happens privately at home or during short, planned gatherings rather than public nightlife. In recent years, Kim has leaned into disciplined personal routines. Her days often include early workouts, skincare rituals, and scheduled quiet hours where she steps away from filming and business calls. She has shown increased interest in wellness, strength training, and maintaining mental clarity, treating these habits as tools for balance rather than luxury trends. Travel remains part of her life, but it has become more purposeful. Recent trips tend to blend work with family time, often choosing destinations that allow privacy and structure. Whether traveling for fashion commitments or legal studies, she frequently brings her children along, turning travel into shared experience rather than escape. At this stage, Kim presents a personal life defined by control, intention, and boundaries. Romance is no longer the headline of her story. Instead, her current life reflects a woman organizing her world around motherhood, long-term goals, and a quieter sense of fulfillment that exists largely beyond public view. If this glimpse into Kim Kardashian's life today gave you a new perspective, remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us continue exploring the real lives behind the headlines.